Worst match ever. That's right. Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss. NXT, what can go wrong?
The fact that I don't remember this, I think, is a saving grace. So, but I'm expecting it to go really badly in a minute. So, yeah, like I said, we're about 2 or 3 minutes away from watching one of the biggest flops at SummerSlam, I think. So, dude, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this series because we've got some good matches lined up. And like I said, I think we should start doing making a list or a chart of which one is actually generally the worst match ever.
We will be doing that. Obviously, we're in the early stages at the moment. So get your Peacock ready, get your WWE Network ready, wherever you are. We're going to be starting 20 seconds time with this match. And it's good that NXT doesn't remember it. I don't remember it too much, but hey, I'm looking forward to diving back in because Dave Meltzer rated this a dud. Let's see just how bad it is as we get ready now to do our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. There we go. And Eva Marie is about to make her entrance to ringside to kick things off. So we have got the entrances here with us on this one because it's quite a short match as well. And of course, Eva Marie is accompanied by Doudrop. Thoughts of Eva Marie with Doudrop.
I just remember it sucking so much. I really expected more from Eva Marie on her return, and I really wanted her to succeed and do well, but just so many things just seemed to go against her on her return. And obviously, Doudrop having the worst name in the history of wrestling, or one of them, like up there with Butch. Do you know what I mean? At the time, and yeah, man, it's. I'm hoping this doesn't suck as bad as what I'm expecting it to, but I just got a feeling it's going to be terrible.
Well, Eva Marie matches are not known to be the best, unfortunately, but I've always wanted to give Eva Marie a chance. So, you know, you've come to the company a second time, you've gone for a fresh start, and obviously been given a big platform here like a SummerSlam. So let's see how it's going to go down. But just while we see the entrance conclude, and we'll get Alexa Bliss shortly, we're going to quickly just say hello to our chat that's with us live at the moment. I'd like to get everyone involved. Robbie Collins in the house. Thank you, Robbie, for joining us. I did join him on the Main Event Wrestling Network, of course, as well with his podcast, TDZ Pod. So make sure to keep an eye out for that collaboration that will be coming out very soon on his platforms. Aaron Douglas is in the house as well, so this match seems more like a promo for Lily.
Dude, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just drop me out a sec.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, we can see Alexa Bliss is making her entrance at the moment, and we've got the CGI Lily doll as well at present here at the second. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're probably not wrong. Pierre is in the house. Great to see you, Pierre. Hope you are keeping well. Robbie asking, what is Eva Marie up to these days? I'm not actually that sure, to be honest. I think she's doing a lot of the social media stuff. I think is probably a fair way to go with it. We are getting a video package, it seems, here with Alexa Bliss here with the Lily doll at this particular time for those that are watching along. Who remembers Lily doll? Were you a fan? Was you not? Let me know in the comments below. We'll definitely bring it up on screen. I personally was not. It just isn't my cup of tea, unfortunately. As we can see here, it's the Lily doll is in the corner and is blinking at Doudrop, aka Piper Niven there, which let's be honest, yeah, it's not for me, unfortunately. That's NX Steve. Did you manage to catch some of that there?
I did. I saw my son's alarm clock for some reason was randomly going off, so I had to go and turn it off because otherwise I'd be listening to it for the next 20 minutes. But, dude, this whole thing is just awful. Like, I do like spooky bollocks, but this is honestly the worst crap. Like, I remember the whole feud that Alexa Bliss goes on to have with Shayna Baszler in this doll, and the fact that Shayna Baszler is terrified of this doll, and it's like, you couldn't book Shayna Baszler more wrong if you tried than having her terrified of a doll.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, and that's around that time period as well. God, you do make a bloody good point there for us. But we are going to kick off with the match here at the moment. Obviously, Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie both running across the ropes and just standing still. Okay. Mind games.
Alexa Bliss pulls off the look fantastically. A very Harley Quinn pasty skin look, hits it perfectly. And you could have so easily done this if they just didn't have that doll.
Might have been a bit better. Is the doll the worst thing here, or is it going to be the match? I think that's what we're going to find out here. But we've got A bit of a reverse elbow there to break out of the lock there.
The fact that they sold that doll as well is just like I can't believe like people spent money on that thing.
Unfortunately. So drop down toe hold. There we go. Easy for me to say.
It's been a long night.
It has been. This is my third show of the day, everybody, and I've not had a break in between any of them. So it's been a long time, but it's been a good time. I think that's what we definitely give some love. And we'll give some love at the end of the episode to where you can find the episodes where they'll be coming out. But Eva Marie just taking advantage here in the match here, just throwing Bliss head to the ground, and oh no, she's going for the Lily doll.
Why don't make it a bigger deal than what it needs to be? And now she's slapping it. Oh, why? I don't really want to say the word, but you know what I mean. It's like it's a doll.
Bliss doesn't look happy. Eva Marie is laughing.
Oh man! Like if they'd have made it like a voodoo doll or something, maybe. But oh my god, it's a doll, and you've even made a slap with a doll look bad.
Yeah. That first shoulder block didn't look like it hit.
No, not at all.
Lufish press here.
But I'm trying to analyze this from a point now, whether it's both of them, one of them, or it's just the chemistry. Do you know what I mean?
We will come to comments, by the way, but we are just going to stick with the match as we know this isn't the longest match on SummerSlam of any year, really, but particularly on this show. We did got a near fall there from Alexa Bliss there. Bliss is going back for the Lily doll. I'm wondering why this is regarded by many as a really bad match.
The fact that it's obviously more centered around the doll than the wrestling, it just shows how much of a joke this is.
And now Eva Marie not choosing to take advantage of Bliss on the turnbuckle, but instead is chatting to Doudrop on the floor.
Why is Doudrop giving her the thumbs up?
I don't know. What? You're doing fine. Maybe not now.
And another drop toe hold into the turnbuckle.
To the turnbuckle. Bliss now going to the second rope.
So far, about 90% of this match has been spent in this left corner of the ring.
Yes. I have a feeling this could be the finish, you know.
Shut up.
Missed.
Oh, I was going to say, no way is it over that quickly.
2. Another 2 count there.
I'm going to say it early, and I think these two are just a victim of bad creative. Like, they obviously don't want to go out there and have a bad wrestling match, but like, it's hard when your focus is on an inanimate object. This is like, that's a great DDT there by Alexa Bliss on Eva. Going for a pinfall.
3, it's done. That's it. Nice smile from Doudrop. Probably the highlight of the match, to be fair.
Wow, not even just a bog standard DDT. You know when like certain wrestlers get built to a point where like it takes them 5 or 6 finishers to be finally beaten, and the fact that Eva Marie is beat with a standard DDT shows the level of this match, I think.
And there looks to be friction with Eva Marie and Doudrop after the match. Bliss looks happy and is leaving with the Lily doll.
What was Doudrop supposed to do, by the way?
Supposed to be the bodyguard, get involved. I remember there was a bit of friction though between these two heading into SummerSlam. Now she's getting the microphone. I'm going to just need to turn the volume up slightly for this just to see what the gist is. There we go. The loser of the match, Eva Marie. Well, you get to hear your name out loud.
Probably the one and only time ever in the history of WWE a loser has been announced at the end of a match.
Yes, yes. Now wearing the robe as well.
Did this even turn into a feud afterwards?
I think they had a blow-off match, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Eva
It's
Marie
on Raw.
left WWE not long afterwards, if I'm not mistaken, but she's walked out and left her here. Eva, we might do the same, to be brutally honest, because this one's been short and sweet, so we're going to try and give you a bit of bang for your buck, because you've all been here for 10 minutes, the watch-along's finished, and I think we can answer a few questions for 10 minutes based on this match. But first off, NXT, I'm going to get your take on what we've just seen. Is this something that should be considered as a worst match ever?
Oh, why is this on a pay-per-view? This screams Sunday Night Heat or main event. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, the creative is obviously bad where it's about an inanimate object. I was making reference to, I was going to make reference to Dean Ambrose and that potted plant. And it's like Vince just for some reason loves making stories about inanimate objects. And dude, it's terrible. It's not a. I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to, I guess, soften the blow, but it's terrible. Like, the wrestling is non-existent. They spent 90% of the match in one corner with the doll. Eva Marie can't slap Alexa Bliss with a doll. It's a plushie toy. Sure, the teeth probably hurt, but she even looked like she botched throwing a teddy bear at her. So it's awful. Like, there's no, like, I can't even sit there thinking, do you know what? Vince must have been sitting. He was like, hey, I know it'll be great. Let's put Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie, SummerSlam, doll in the corner. It'll be great. It'll sell tickets. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's horrible, man. Just as bad as my Vince impression. If anything, it's probably worse than my Vince impression. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh dear. Well, PS says this match should have been on the SummerSlam kickoff show. Well, at least then
It should have even been on the kickoff show.
Yeah, it's a bad one. Look, the thing is, I'm going to sum this up as a match review very quickly. Is the fact that, like you say, most of the matches revolving around the doll. Most people would say this is going to be under the worst match ever category purely because of the fact that most people think Eva Marie is not very good in the ring, and she was never one of the best in the ring. But one thing is for sure is that a lot of the focus ain't on in-ring wrestling with this one. It's only 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I think Lily has more than half of the time. And yeah, I just don't think it's very good. I think that the worst part about this match is the fact that it's not really a wrestling match, and that it shouldn't have been on SummerSlam.
Alexa Bliss has probably spent more time putting her makeup on than she actually spent wrestling in this match. And I think that sums it up more than anything, is if you take longer to get ready to do so, it's like boxing. Like, you imagine these guys go through months and months of training and stuff, and then for it to win a fight in the first round in less than 3 minutes do you know what I mean? It almost seems like, well, what was the point in all that training I did? And this, it was kind of like, why did you bother getting on an airplane, getting off the airplane, going to the arena, getting ready, and then going to the ring? Because honestly, this is garbage. It's absolute trash.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to ask for a star rating for you to begin with for this match.
I'm gonna go with a negative one. Just I can't even rate it as a match. Like, honestly, it's hot garbage, and the fact that most of the focus isn't about the wrestling, it's awful.
I'm going -2. I didn't enjoy this one at all. The thing is, for me, it is mainly the Lily doll. It's one of my least favorite things in wrestling. If you could turn around and say, is there a moment you turn around and said, is wrestling still for you? The Lily doll was one of those moments I questioned whether I should still be watching, if this was still for me.
This is one of these things where if you'd have turned around and told someone you actually still watch wrestling, this would be something to be embarrassed by watching wrestling. Because someone would see this and go, I can't believe you watch this shit. And I'd turn around and go, do you know what? I can't believe I watch it either, if I'm honest.
There was a period where, like, I kind of felt like that. If someone walked in the room, you'd be like, yeah, I'm not really too proud of this moment. So yeah, it's not good. And obviously, I can't fully remember your Goldberg Undertaker rating, but something tells me that those were.
I gave it a 1 star, I think. I gave it like a 1 star, 1.5, something like that.
So yeah, I think we can say currently and definitively, this currently is, even though it's episode 2, it's the worst match ever. Currently, right now, we have got a few humdingers on the way for you on this. So if you are enjoying this series, I know it's still in its infancy days, we have got some really bad matches lined up for you. And we've got some of your suggestions from the last time we did this as well. If you want to keep throwing suggestions in, feel free to do so as well.
Yeah.
But as we promised,
do drop them in the comments, because there's some that we know the obvious ones, but if you know of like some secret, obviously complete garbage matches, let us know, because there's honestly, for as bad as it is, there is nothing more fun than watching bad wrestling, because it's just I think, actually, I think that's what the biggest problem with this match is for me, is I don't even laugh at it.
No.
Like, if it's bad, sometimes you can laugh at it and pass it off as like a joke. Can't even laugh at this. That's how bad this is.
Yeah, it's not funny bad. It's bad. And I think that's not a good thing. And also, throw the suggestions in. But also, I'd like to just also check with you. Do you want longer bad matches or do you want short bad matches? Because obviously we've done a short one this time round. We had a 10-minute match last time. Do you want a longer bad match? Because obviously we're trying to do most, if not all of these live. So that way we want you to be watching with us and interacting with us as we watch them. So it is good to get your feedback on this series as we look to try and do as many of them as possible live. But we promised we would go to comments, so we're going to do that, and then we will wrap things up here today. It's a shorter video, we know, but I will be back tomorrow for TNA Slammiversary predictions live. That is going to come on this channel, and myself and Steve have got some SummerSlam classics as well we'd like to do watch-alongs for as well, so keep an eye out for those also. And of course, Wrestling SCW Rewind returns with SummerSlam 2002, which you all voted for, which will be coming on the channel sometime next week. Pierre, want to say really sorry to hear for your loss, but so we are sending our condolences to you and your family, and of course we are always here for you, so feel free to reach out to us if you want. You can reach out to the DMs on any of my socials. Happy to talk to you anytime. Robbie says Dewdrop was horrible. Piper Niven back in the day was amazing. Hope to see that come back. Absolutely. Piper as Viper back in the day was awesome. Piper Niven I will settle for currently. I'm enjoying her work now. I think her work currently with Chelsea Green is exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, even this week, dude, when she was sitting there reading a book with Chelsea in the background, like how to start a cult, and I'm like, do you know what the thing is now? Is the things that we see, like her simply reading a book, can obviously lead on to be a bigger thing in the future. So, do you know what I mean? It's a very good time to be a wrestler in WWE, because even the smallest details can mean the world to storylines and stuff in the future.
Absolutely, totally agree indeed. Pierre goes on to say that Lily gimmick was terrible for Alexa Bliss, and I wonder how she will fit in with the White Six. Please, no Lily in the White Six. If she is a part of that, which I think we can assume she possibly may be, I would hope Lily would be left behind as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if it made a comeback. But would a dark, I can't believe I'm going to say these words, but as it's going to, we've seen like a darker variation with the White Six and a very creepy, very sort of like bare to the bone. Would it be good to visit Lily again, perhaps as a darker format of a doll, maybe explanation of Bliss of like, this was here, it wasn't accepted, and now it's, I don't know, maybe it could be a voodoo doll next time. Would that be something that would be more suitable?
Anything's possible, dude, just as long as that doll doesn't make a reappearance. Because, like, honestly, like I said, the fact that they made them and sold them on the website and people used to buy them, like, I can imagine there's people that have got them now that paid money for them, got them delivered, and then years later they're sitting there and thinking, why did I actually pay money for that doll? Like, there's a toy out at the minute, like, for kids that's very much the same, and it's got, like, fake teeth in it, and I don't think there's anything worse than a toy with fake teeth in it, man. And yeah, it's horrible creative. But yeah, if you brought her back and essentially like they've done with the White Six, and they've turned all the characters into a person, if you could possibly make Alexa Bliss into Lily somehow, I don't know, without putting too much emphasis on the fact that they used to do this doll, it could possibly work.
Yeah, I think if the creative really needs to be right, and so far with the White Six, it has worked so far for me. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do next, especially with these video packages they're doing backstage. So if they could do something like Bliss would be very interesting in that format, because her career has been very scrutinized, I think is the right word to use, since she aligned herself with White back in 2020. There's been a lot of question marks, ups and downs, ins and outs. So I think that it would be fascinating to hear the takes and how it can be relayed into storyline now in 2024. And of course, obviously, with what Bray meant to her, and of course, in her career as well, I think it'd just be good to hear that story if they could bring that to us. But apparently, Doudrop and Eva did have had a match on Raw. So there you go. That is the, and I imagine Doudrop probably squashed her at that point. No shock at all for that one. Eric says, "Who's ready to start Lily Lotion?" Not me.
No, definitely not, man. It's like I said, if this is the last time I see this doll, it will still be too soon before I see it again.
Absolutely. Robbie's describes this as a bad 205 live mid-card match.
Dude, 205 were great, man. Don't shadow cruiserweights in with a doll, man. That's harsh.
What about the bad bonds though? There was a banger match at the start of the show, a banger match at the end of the show, but there was always normally something in the middle of the show where it was a bit like,
dude, that's how a show should be booked. You start hot, you have an okay mid, and then you finish hot, man. That's how TV's booked nowadays.
There you go. You hear it here first. PS says rating 1.3 out of 10.
That's
there you go. Someone would need to pay me to watch that match again. Robbie, I mean, you've just watched it with us, so should we send the check in the mail? Don't make us send a check in the mail.
Do you know it's hard to forget how bad this is as well. I think that's the most important thing. Like, yeah, obviously everyone ripped it apart, but the fact I sat there in the beginning when I don't actually remember this, and it's hard to see why I forgot.
The thing is I've clearly blocked it out. That's what's happened. I went, that's so bad, I don't want to remember it. So I think that's what's happened here. But for me, -2, and I think we can top that. We can top that. I think we can find worse than that. If it's worse than a Lily doll, you know it's going to be bad. But a couple of suggestions have come flying in from Pierre. Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole from Double On. I think it's a bad match, that one. We would need, though, unfortunately, a platform. I think AEW needs to have like a streaming service to currently do AEW ones where you could all watch along. That's the current issue with that, which is why WWE and obviously WCW and stuff like that, it's easier. TNA is a possibility. We'll be honest, I don't have TNA Plus currently, so it's not an option at the moment.
That stuff's on YouTube anyway.
But we may be able to find a way to get around it, as I say. I think with AEW it's harder, but perhaps with TNA is certainly a possibility. And Pierre, don't worry, we have got your back. And like I say, genuinely, you always can reach out if you want to. But NXT, we are going to look to wrap things up there. Want to say a big thank you for coming on the channel again, as always. And of course, this has been worst match ever. And so far, we think it currently is. But we think we can top it. NXT, thanks for being on board.
Dude, always a pleasure. I look forward to the next one that I can absolutely rip on for being horrible. Dude, I'm pretty sure I ripped on the Taker match, but it was still funny in parts. But this is just awful. How this is even a thing, how this exists in the world of wrestling, I do not know, man. This is bad. But yeah, like I said, dude, look forward to the next one.
I think the first match compared to this match, the last match has some seriously bad, dangerous botches. This one is seriously bad storytelling. I think it's how you determine what is worse. If you're a story person or if you are an in-ring person. I think, judging on what I've gone here, I think I'm more of a story person because I don't like that story, and that's really affected for me. So that's all from us. Thank you to the chat as well. We appreciate everyone that's actually coming in and actually supporting this series and getting involved with the comments as well. We really do appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And like I say, TNA Slammiversary predictions will be on this channel live tomorrow. Look after yourselves and each other. We'll see you for the next video.